Hello guys, welcome back. I'm Julie and I'm here to do my reaction video for season 1, episode 6 of It's Okay to Not Be Okay. And we're back for episode 6. The title of the episode is, I can't see, Bluebeard's Secret. And yeah, we're here, we're back, we're ready. Thank you so much to Victoria for sponsoring this reaction, for being so kind, you know, to sponsor the entire series. 16 episodes. With this we have 10 more episodes to go, but there are long episodes type of series, so I love it. I actually love the format of this series, but it's not a series you can just like watch without actually being paying attention, to have your full attention to it. So that's why sometimes you don't get reactions so quickly. But I do have a plan for next month for this show, and we will definitely finish it next month. So yeah. Anyways, we are gonna watch this one. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys like it. Hope you guys continue supporting for more. Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you love It's Okay Not to Be Okay. Subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. Uncut reaction always posted first on Patreon in case you guys want to check that out. Link as always will be in the description down below. I hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, I hope you guys continue supporting for more. And I think for now that's about it. Yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for all your support. And without further ado, let's just begin with season 1, episode 6 of It's Okay to Not Be Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, yep. She has kidnapped and got him drunk. For a house that has not been like lived in, he's passed out, drunk. He actually signed something, right? But is it valid? It's all so aesthetically pleasing. Look at that. They're so beautiful.
언제부터야? 언제 알았어? 내가 누군지.
Oh yeah.
그날 네 눈을 처음 봤을 때부터.
아직 떨면서 연기하는 게 지쳤니? 왜 이제 와서 하는 척이야?
Oh, he's getting close.
제대로 끝내고 싶어서.
Yeah, sure,
고마웠어.
Gante.
얼음강에서 나 구해준 거. 돌아선 순간부터 후회했어.
됐어, 집어쳐.
Oh shit.
나도 책임져. 나도 너 필요해.
나 더 이상 누군가한테 필요한 사람 되고 싶지 않아.
He's not gonna give up that easy.
가면 죽여버릴 거야. 넌 도망 못 가. 넌 내 거라고.
Oh! 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 Oh my god!
나랑 같이 살자.
Honey, you're I think she, like, I know that she likes him. This is not the way, you know?
나도 이제 나도 이제
Damn it.
이리 줘.
내 거야.
나랑 계약했어. 내 동화책 사파 작가로.
그건 나쁜 거야. 형이 속는 거라고. 얼른 내놔. 내놔.
Ah.
내 거야 안돼. 네 거 아니야.
Oh god. Oh god.
오빠, 우리 집에 들어가 있어.
My god. This show is going to destroy me. He's gonna be pissed at you even more.
니네 형은 너 버렸어.
No, he
이제 네가
didn't.
선택해. 너도 형을 버릴지, 아님 형한테 평생 붙잡혀 살지.
She's a very, very harsh way of dealing with things.
너 네가 종일 옆에 붙어 있었어야지. 시켜주라고 비싼 도장까지 보내줬는데 이거로 돌아오게 만들어? 나는 형기 아니라고. 난 내 거야. 문강태는 문강태 거라고. 형 같은 거 다 죽어버렸으면 좋겠어.
Oh, Gante. It's just that the mom.
뭔가 될까?
What he was gonna do? He was just gonna let him die? Oh no.
그냥 가.
He thought it for a second. Oh my god. She's like, my god.
걱정하지 마. 걘 오빠 못 버려.
아이고 잘 됐다 잘 됐어. 그럼 상태도 이제 작가님이네? 여태 살 수 있게 보살폈으면 이제는 할 수 있게 밀어주는 단계로 가. 좋아하는 일, 좋아하는 사람.
나 그냥 이문 그냥 싹 다 부셔버릴 거야. 하나,
뭐야 시끄럽.
둘, 셋.
You are an idiot.
여기 우리 집인데 같이 살아요. 부부는 아니지만 같이 살아. 부부는 아니지만.
전 사파 담당 아트 디렉터 유승재
안 돼. 이 조합 결사 반대야.
난 찬성.
찬성.
선송.
She knew.
미안하? 어? 미안해.
들어가요.
She knew that he wouldn't abandon him.
그 상태랑 작업하실 분 조남이 어떻게 되셔?
고문영 작가라고 일전에 한번 보셨죠?
걔 이름만 불렀어.
순덕아 왜 그러냐?
몇 가지 조건이 있어.
그 선택의 이유 중에 나는 없는 건가?
평일에만 상주하고 주말에는 우리 집으로 돌아갈 거야.
진짜 전혀 없어?
형이 싫다고 하면 언제든 나갈 거고.
눈꽃만큼도?
그리고
신이야? 너 돌았어? 너 더 돌기 전에 당장 돌아와. 내게 돌아오라고 제발!
재수 오빠 왜 저래? 취했어?
그게
Well, I cannot send him to live with the person you didn't. Come on, you're not a child.
뭐냐? 걔 뼈다구 같은 기집애야.
Oh, there's an owl there. Yeah, because they sleep in.
이불 언제 빤 거야?
20년 전쯤?
Sangtae, don't, please. Oh.
하지만 호기심 많던 아내는 결국 남편 몰래 그 비밀의 문을 열고 말지. 그동안 푸른 수염의 경고를 무시하고 아내들의 처참한 최후였던 거지.
Wait.
그게 끝이야?
I love he's. You're too close.
아 사람들은 왜 푸른 추움을 무서워했지?
자기들이랑 다르니까.
다르면 성에 혼자 사는 거야?
You shouldn't.
아니 푸른색 수염이어도 상관없다고.
There's more to this story, right?
잘 잤다.
Yeah, you did. No family now. She's like, she sees that do not enter sign. She's like, I must enter.
엄마야.
What? You're shitting me, right?
아까 아침에 따든 총각이 여기 이 총각이야.
병실로 가시죠.
No, so she's not. Okay, she's
날 돌보느냐고.
okay. That really shook her.
사이코틱 디프레션. 엄마야. 엄마야.
어서 와. 네가 좋아해.
She's not screaming at you. She's
고문영 쌤은 나만 싫어해 진짜.
no, she doesn't.
내가 뭘 잘못했어?
가자.
He has the most idiotic ideas.
단도직입적으로 말씀드리죠. 그 집에서 나와요. 보호사님과 형님분 거기 있으면 안 됩니다. 그리고
돈
True.
표이자, 스승이자, 오빠이자, 남자.
I love the fact that she laughed.
그 옆은 내 자리니까 아 비켜요 당장.
So you're jealous?
싫어.
Woo!
안 비켜.
Good for you.
그 엄마 소리 좀 그만해. 엄마를 엄마라고 하지 그럼. 엄마는 죽었다고.
엄마!
아니야. 사주가 뒤틀려서
My God.
너덜너덜했어. 아니야. 그러니까 아줌마. 아니. 제발 꿈에서 깨.
Oh my God. That's so hard. Why we can't see her face? Is it because she doesn't remember it? Oh, again. She suffers from sleep paralysis, right? Oh, fuck. It's just this.
고문형.
Oh.
안 갈게.
I mean, she's saying something, but she's holding onto him. I love them so much. Guys, that was the end of season 1, episode 6 of It's Okay to Not Be Okay. Beautiful episode. Thank you, Victoria, so much for sponsoring this series. Beautiful series, honestly. I'm not gonna stop praising it because it deserves to be praised. And it's something that when I'm like that, you know. I watch a show, I like a show. When the show does bad things, I'm the first one to call it out, you know. But when it does good things, I also have to point it out, because if not, I'll be a hypocrite, right? Not because, you know, a show is sponsored or a show is recommended by you guys. Whatever. I'm always gonna speak my mind, you know? And that's what you get. And I think that's why you guys can connect to my reactions, to my reviews after. I don't know. It's just what makes my videos like this. I don't know. You know, I know that they're not for everyone. But I'm perfectly happy with the public I can reach and with the people I can connect with, you know, whether if it's thousands or hundreds or just 10 people. I am glad that I'm connecting with whatever size of people, even if it's just one, you know. But this story, honestly, it speaks to me in such a profound way because I have so many things to relate to, right? I have a son who also has autism. I am the prime caretaker of my son, and I have been dad from the first day he was in this world, you know. And I will continue to be, I guess, until either he opens his wings and kind of, you know, flows away from me. Not too far though. But he will be, you know, I will be there for him always, you know. And I'm also now, you know, in the past few years, especially with the pandemic and after the pandemic, I have become also my mom's primary caretaker. My brother helps as much as he can, but I live with her, so it's different, you know. So her needs and everything rely on me a lot more. And from, from all this experience with the pandemic and with Josh going into a different stage in his life, I realized that my mom has been there for me, with me, since day one, since we, got that diagnosed when he was 2 years old, when we started therapy. She was there to support me. Like, she was there to run after him when I had to, make long lines to get a ticket so he can get a therapy, or, to just hold my bag with the books that I carry for him, for his therapies, all of it. My mom has been there. Or even sometimes when I used to go, to therapy with him, my mom stayed back to cook for us. So when we returned home, we had a meal to eat, because we couldn't be eating, everywhere, because one, the therapies were very expensive, and to eat out, it would have been even more so, expensive. And also for a child in the developing years, it's important to have homemade meals. So my mom was the one that always had a meal ready for me and for Josh, and for my husband at the time, but primarily it was us, then I will figure out what the hell I, cooked, or if I didn't, I was like, anyways, that's not important. But for my son and I, my mom has always been there, and now I realize that, this bond that I created with my mom started with Josh, because before, my mom and I we didn't see eye to eye. We are, I guess, too alike, I think, but with the years, compassion and understanding has come to me, because I was like, when I was very young, and, even before I get married, before I understood how, like, what it takes to be a mom of a kid that is different, and my brother was, I never understood why my mom paid more attention to him than to me, who was the, poster child for, like, I always get straight A's and all that, and, like, I didn't understand, but then I did, and we kind of created a bond. And now that she's a little bit older and she's going through some health issues and all of that, I am now also taking care of my mom, and I have to tell you, it is, I don't know if I do it with my mom, but I definitely do it with Josh, where I'm very overprotective of him. So for me, like, seeing Sangtae's and Ganteng's mom being like, you're supposed to, being so harsh with Gante, and all the things that she has said in the past about the only reason that she had him was to take care of Sangtae. I feel there's a lot of compassion in my heart for her. I can't just be like, what a bitch, Why? Because no one tells you how to handle things. Okay, no one tells you, first of all, how to be a single mom, which I think she was. No one tells you that. No one tells you what to do. And then there are moments where you think of the future. Because like, I had Josh when I was very young. I was young when I had him. I was married and all of that, but I was young, And at that time, my life was like, my life is over. I need to just take care of him. But time passes and you become older, and people go away and people die, family members and everything, And you think of that. You think of of your own mortality and what it will mean to your kid, for your kid, what that will mean. And I am, I have taken measures, what I think could be good for him, right? More in the financial type of thing, insurance and things like that, but I honestly don't know what will happen after, because unlike Sang-tae, he doesn't have a brother, or well, he has a sister, half sister, but it's not like I intend or I have in my mind that she will take care of him, So that for me is it's so difficult, I have my niece, my nephew who are very young, but I also wouldn't want to put the pressure on them. But for me, it's honestly it's difficult to think about it, to think of that. So I don't blame the mom for thinking that, oh, this is my way of protecting Sang-tae for the rest of his life by having a younger brother. That's what she thought. That's the research she thought. No one tells you that how to do this. Was it wrong of her to treat Gang-tae the way she did? Maybe, yes. She didn't knew what was best. She didn't had options. She didn't, she thought she was doing well. And honestly, the world is filled with good intentions, and sometimes things go sideways and you fuck things up, and it's just like that, And is it sad? Yeah. Do you have traumas because of it? Yes, because honestly, no one teaches you how to be a parent. And no one teaches you, how to... What you can do is do better than what your parents did, right? The things that you feel like were a mistake, then not repeat it. That's basically all you can do. Other than that, you are kind of like just winging it and just, taking a day at a time. So I feel a lot of compassion for her because unlike her, I did not have a child to protect, to think, oh, even though it was told to me when Josh was around 5, you should have another kid. Because, like, who's going to take care of him? And I was like, that's... One, I did not want to have another child because my attention should have always been for Josh. And I always feel that if I had another child, my attention would have had to be divided, to take care of that other child's need. And I did not want to give, like, if I was giving my 100%, I needed to give my 100% to Josh because he's the one that needed it. And so I did not have another child because of that reason, because I thought I did not had that in me to give that to that child, so I did not had it, did not want it. That was the reason why I did not want it. And honestly, because I did not want to carry another child, so thing is that I never thought, oh yeah, he needs a little sister or a little brother so once they grow up, that doesn't also guarantee you that. Okay? My mom, my grandma had 7 children. Right now there are 6 of them because one passed away last year. The only one who took care of my grandma when she needed it the most by the end of her life was my mom. Her other siblings did not care about taking care of her mom, and she had 7 kids. Now, when everything happened with my uncle, yes, it was helpful that he had siblings, but the relationship that all my uncles and aunts had with the one uncle that passed away last year was completely different. He was the middle child, kind of, and so everybody, no one had any issues with him. They all loved him, so all of the disagreement that all the 7 brothers had, they kind of put them on pause to help this one brother. Once he died, and a year later, I can tell you, they all go back to the same people they were before, with all the regrets, with all the jealousy, with all of that, So it's not a guarantee that just because you have a sibling, they will take care of you. Also because it's not their responsibility, I have talked to this with other moms that have kids with disabilities. One that is a very close friend of mine, she has this terrible, I don't know, it's just the way she thinks. And I also, at first when I heard it, I was like shocked. But then she told me, well, the one thing I wish is that he dies first. Because she comes from a very low income place, where there are days that she doesn't know if she has something to feed her child or herself. So she's like, and she has a older son. There's a whole nother story with the older son that is now 24 or something like that. But she doesn't expect him to take care of his younger brother who has, the disability. And she says that she prays that he goes first. Then she can die at peace, knowing that he's not here, because no one is going to take care of him the way she does. And sometimes I at first I was shocked by that revelation. I was like, how can you think that? How can you? And then the more time it passes, sometimes the more sense it makes. It shouldn't make sense to me, but it makes sense in a very fucked up way. It makes sense in the way of like, who's gonna take care of them the way you do? So for me, I try to give Josh all the tools that he needs to be able to not be a burden to anyone. And I feel like he's not. He can make his own bed. He knows how to clean after himself. He knows how to feed himself in breakfast and, dinner, how to heat things in the microwave. He doesn't know how to cook, so he might need help there. But he dresses himself, he showers himself, at night when he takes his pills. He doesn't touch pills. He knows that he must not touch pills. So he needs someone to give him his pills. And that's as much helps as he needs, that I feel that he needs, that if I'm gone, maybe he will be able to do these things, but the more time passes, the more I try to make him more and more and more independent, right? So there will be a time where he can, live on his own, really, maybe to have enough money to order food every time he's hungry. But I don't want him to be a burden to anyone, you know what I mean? So it's difficult. It's very difficult. And like I said, I don't blame the mom. I don't blame Gang Tae for also needing Sang-tae, you know, because he has been the caretaker for his entire life. He and I are kind of like the same in that regard, because he's taking care of his brother, I'm taking care of my child, right? And so they're family, and we need that, you know. We have that connection, and that's something that has happened, you know, for Gang-tae his entire life, for me ever since I became a mom, right? So we have this deep connection, and as much as it feels like they need us, there's also the reverse where we need them as well, you know. And sometimes we are afraid of like, okay, he can do this, and we sometimes, without wanting to hurt them, we do, because we cut their wings even though we see that they're ready to fly. Like Gang-tae has gotten 2 jobs right now. He is painting, right? There at the hospital. And he's also now going to be an illustrator. But yeah, the reasons behind it might have something to do with the fact that she wanted Gang-tae there. But at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, it's opportunities for him. And it's so beautiful that he's getting them. And sometimes we fight against those things, you know, because there are moments when you're like, oh my God, we did a good job, I guess. We did it. They don't need us. What comes from us? Like, what are we without them? Right? Because it becomes this connection, you know? So, yeah, it's difficult. And yeah, like the moment where Gang-tae is like, you know, expressing all his anger because he can't choose for himself, even though he has autism, which is something that my child has not accomplished, which is recognize this, you know, that he has autism. He doesn't like it. He is kind of in a point of where he doesn't accept it, or where he sees it as something bad. And he's working towards that, you know, with his psychologist and all of that. But so far he doesn't like it when someone calls him that. He feels it like an insult, or like, I can't do something because I have that diagnosis, you know. He didn't even believe me, you know. He wanted, and his doctor she told him, and he was like, well, if you say so, but it doesn't change who I am, and it doesn't change who he is, honestly. It just challenges him a bit, and this is what I'm trying to get him to understand, you know. But yeah, I'm always looking for his independence, you know, so yeah. I understand where Gang-tae is. Now, who is a little bit more difficult to understand is, of course, Miss Ko, Moon-young, right? Moon-young. This episode was so eye-opening. Her personality disorder, right? Her inability to be like, to empathize with others, even though she's slowly doing it, and she has moments where she does it. But it comes from this very kind of weird relationship that she had with her mother, right? That we don't know exactly what happened. She says that her mom had a car accident, but we also saw her in the basement. So what, are you telling me that the dad brought her back to the house? Maybe she was the one who was prohibited to enter that room. I don't know. There is a still story there that we, at this point, I don't think we are supposed to fully understand. But it is, she has nightmares about her mom and about, her mom telling her all these awful things, which could be what it was actually told to her, but they could also be, just nightmares, that have been brought because of this lady confusing her with her own daughter, right? And the sleep paralysis. At first, I thought it was a ghost, but now I understand that it's a sleep paralysis, and that's why she sees the ghost and she can move and anything like that. So I feel bad for her. I feel terrible for her, because I have had a sleep paralysis as well. And the best thing to do is not to talk about it, because once you talk about it, then it is in your mind, and then you think about it, and then you have them, and that's what happens to me most of the time. So I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I understand that feeling. It's the worst feeling you can have, and I have had them from very young age, so they're terrible. So I feel for her. Like, when she looked at her, at the woman, she really was like, is it like, she was hopeful that it was really her mom, but we know that it's not, that she confused her for her own daughter. And they have similar stories on, like, her daughter died, and she has not accepted the fact that her daughter died in a car accident. And Moon Young kind of said the same thing, but maybe it's not related. Maybe she said it just because she knows that her daughter died in a car accident. She wanted to open her eye, wanted to, kind of hit back, and in the only way she can to defend herself. But maybe that's not the way her mom died, because she was in that basement. So what actually happened? And now that dad is kind of, remembering a bit more. So maybe we will shine a light to it. But man, this was a beautiful episode. Beautiful episode. The way they tell the story with Gangtae and Sangtae, and even Moon Young is just, it's beautiful. I have never seen it done this beautifully. The other show that I have seen it, and it's a little bit more Hollywood, but it has also been very relatable, and I have cried in every single episode that I have watched of that show. It's a typical, which at first when I watched the trailer, it was like, oh my god, this is another cliche thing about kids with autism, and he's a young, not a young teen. He's not. He went to college, I think, at one point, but like, and it was so relatable as well. And that's the only show that I can tell you on the top of my mind that also did a really good job at portraying someone with autism, so. And this one, because it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and it makes my heart just, I feel understood in some level, and I feel like the story of moms and families with children with some type of disabilities, you can see yourself there, and honestly, it's very reassuring that you're not alone, so yeah, beautiful episode. Anyways, that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your support. You guys are incredible. Thank you, Victoria, for sponsoring this series. I hope you enjoyed it. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment, hit notification bell. UNCUT reaction, always posted first on Patreon. Give it a heart, continue supporting for more, because I will be doing more reaction videos for this show. And for now, that's about it. Next episode is episode 7, titled The Cheerful Dog. So we're gonna watch that episode next. Not right now, but you know, next, you know. Anyways, that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time for more reaction videos. For more, it's okay to not be okay. That's it. I'll see you guys next time. Mwah! Bye, guys.